I'm only here because Emma pleaded relentlessly, Emily Stone murmured, her voice soft as she studied her reflection in the restaurant's polished window. Her usual sharp black business suit, a symbol of her corporate prowess, had been replaced by a flowing teal dress, too relaxed for the boardroom, yet too elegant for a casual evening. She drew a slow, steady breath, her heart heavy with reluctance. One blind date, nothing more, she told herself firmly. As the founder and CEO of a billion-dollar fashion empire, Emily thrived on sealing high-stakes deals, not navigating the awkwardness of small talk. Romance was a distant echo, a chapter she'd closed after too many heartaches and distractions. Love, to her, was a door long locked, its key buried in the past. But Emma, her steadfast executive assistant, refused to give up. "Just meet him," Emma had urged with unwavering conviction. "He's different. A single father, kind-hearted, grounded, and completely uninterested in your wealth." Emily stepped into the warm, inviting Italian bistro, a far cry from her usual upscale haunts. The air carried the comforting aroma of garlic and cherished memories. A man waved from a cozy corner booth, rising as she approached. "Hi, I'm Ethan," he said, his gentle smile radiating sincerity. His voice was warm, like a familiar melody, his hazel eyes bright with quiet depth, his plaid shirt faintly creased, a testament to a life lived authentically. "Emily," she replied, her handshake firm yet hesitant. They sat, the initial conversation stumbling before easing into shared laughter. Ethan spoke passionately about his role as a high school art teacher, his joy in restoring weathered furniture, and most tenderly his daughter Mia. "She's 7, endlessly curious, sees the world in vibrant hues. She's my entire universe," he said, his voice brimming with love. "She's blessed to have you," Emily responded, startled by a sudden ache in her chest, a hollow space she hadn't acknowledged in years, stirring softly. Then, unexpectedly, Ethan glanced at his watch, his expression softening further. "Would it be all right if Mia joined us for dessert? She's just around the corner with my sister, thrilled I'm on a grown-up date," he said with a chuckle. Emily paused, her instincts wary, but nodded. "I'd love to meet her," she said, her voice warmer than she expected. Moments later, a little girl with curly dark hair and wide, soulful brown eyes skipped toward them, clutching a worn teddy bear, its fur faded from years of love. "Hi, I'm Mia," she said brightly. "Hi, Mia," Emily replied, offering her hand, with a genuine smile. But Mia didn't take it. She stood still, gazing up with unblinking intensity. Then, in a whisper that hushed the room, she said, "You're my real mom, aren't you?" Emily's heart froze, the world narrowing to that moment. Ethan's smile vanished, replaced by a look of shock. "Mia?" he began, his voice unsteady, but Emily raised a trembling hand. "What did you say?" she asked, her voice barely audible. Mia pointed, her small finger steady. "I see you in my dreams every night. Daddy says my mummy passed when I was a baby, but you feel like her. I just know." Tears welled in Emily's eyes, a chill sweeping through her. She turned to Ethan, his face now rigid, pain shimmering in his gaze. "Ethan, what's she talking about?" she asked, her voice quivering. Ethan exhaled shakily, his hands clasped tightly. "I never anticipated this. I wasn't certain it was you until this moment. I didn't come here to overwhelm you, but Mia's mother was Abigail, your younger sister." The world tilted, memories crashing over Emily like a tidal wave. Abigail had died in a car accident when Mia was one, a tragedy that followed years of estrangement. "She rarely spoke of your falling out," Ethan continued, "only that she missed you deeply and hoped you'd reconnect someday." Emily's hand flew to her mouth, stifling a sob. She hadn't spoken to Abigail in nearly 8 years, a foolish argument over forgotten words haunting her since the funeral she was too ashamed to attend. "I didn't know she had a child," she whispered, her voice breaking. Ethan nodded, his eyes gentle. "She was afraid to tell you, feared you wouldn't forgive her. But you were always part of our lives, through photos, stories. Mia always felt you." Mia leaned against Emily's arm, her tiny fingers intertwining with hers. "Are you mad at me?" she asked, her voice small. "No, darling," Emily whispered, tears spilling over. "Not at all." That night, dessert was forgotten. The three sat together, weaving together the shattered pieces of a lost family. Emily shared vivid stories of Abigail's childhood, her playful dances, her late-night giggles, each memory a bridge to the past. Ethan watched quietly, his heart warmed by their connection. Over the following weeks, Emily and Mia became inseparable, their bond growing through shared moments. Ethan and Emily's relationship deepened, rooted not in romance at first, but in shared love, shared sorrow, and a solemn vow to raise Abigail's daughter with all the love she'd left behind. Months later, at a vibrant school art fair, Mia clutched Emily's hand tightly. "Can I call you Mama now?" she asked, her eyes bright with hope. Emily knelt, her eyes brimming with tears. "Only if you mean it," she said softly. Mia beamed, her smile radiant. "I've always meant it." In the end, what began as a reluctant blind date blossomed into a second chance, not just for love, but for healing, forgiveness, and a rediscovered family. Because sometimes the most unexpected moments guide us to where we truly belong. Not in corporate offices or on paper, but in hearts that finally find their way home. Message: kindness, forgiveness, and compassion hold the power to restore what time and mistakes seek to erase. Family is not just who we're born to, but those we choose to cherish, love, and never abandon.